Hello, welcome to KK4Z, and my name is Scott, and I am getting ready to activate Chahia State Park K-1037. This time I chose to stay at a campground. This is actually a group camp, and I picked it because of the views. So just a quick pan. This weekend I've got a couple goals, tasks on hand, and one is to finish up my 10 bands for this park, and then another is I'm going to help a friend see if we can make a 2-meter contact on FT8, and then I'm going to work HF. I'm really kind of an HF guy. The current antennas I have up is a 4-element 2-meter beam, and on top of that is a 6-meter J-pole, about 18-20 foot off the ground. Excuse me. And I've kind of parked here to try to stay in some sort of shade. I will be operating from inside my truck. Later on, this will be the HF antenna I'm working today. It's going to be a 29-foot random wire antenna with a 17-foot counterpoise off the back of my truck. Today I'm going to feed it with my ICOM AH705 tuner going into my ICOM radio. And then today, one of the things I'm actually trying out two things. One of the things I'm trying out is SDR control for ICOM. And it uses an iPad, which makes power management a lot easier. The other thing I have, and I haven't set it up yet. Alright, sorry about that. I accidentally turned it off because I got a new to me key. It's a Bengali Adventure Dual. I'm going to try and play with this today. Maybe later on. Right now I've got to go QRV in about 20-30 minutes to see if I can make this schedule. So that's it for now. That's my station. And we'll see you all in a few. So I've been running a little while, and had went from 2 meters to 70 centimeters, and back up to 2 meters, and up to 6 meters, and then 10 meters with really very little results. And so now I am currently working 20 meters, and I am getting some good pings as far away as Canada, and I'm expecting a little more DX, but band conditions may not be as good. One of the things that I'm reviewing today is the CDR control for ICOM app on my iPad, and as you can see, I am running FT8 on my iPad, and the only thing that's connected to my iPad is a battery to keep it charged up as I go along. It is connected via WAN to my IC705, and it's working really well. It didn't like 6 meters or 2 meters. It was sometimes cut off, but on the higher bands, it's working really well. The other thing I like about this is I don't have to use a keyboard. I have one here, and I have a mouse, but yeah, I'm working it just using my fingers. It's sitting on my lap precariously. And so, maybe if I do that. All right, as you can see, I'm working a contact W4KOB, and then the rest of my setup is pretty straightforward. The antenna today, I'm running my 29.5-foot random wire antenna with a 17-foot counterpoise, and I'm using my AH705 tuner to match the antenna, and it's doing a good job. This is the type of antennas that the AH705 was really designed for, and I have an AH4 that I've used with similar results, and they're just great tuners. They're pricey, but they're good. Coming in here, I'm using my ICOM 705, and then that's a Bioenno. I think it's like about a 16 amp hour battery, and I really want to see how long that lasts. I've got everything plugged into it, including a little USB fan, and I'm running full 10 watts. And so far, everything's good. I'm sitting inside my truck. It's coolish. It's not, it's not air conditioning, but it's not bad. I'm out of the sun. So that's it. The mast is an MFJ 1910 or something. It's a 33-foot mast. I've had it for ages. It works well. It works really well with the 29-foot antenna because I can still hook it up. And then it is attached to my trailer hitch on my truck with an extension and a flagpole holder. This is my flight deck that I showcased before. This is it here in the truck. What I like about doing it this way is I can compare it to my other ones is I can stretch my feet out. I have room, and I'm probably going to try to sleep in here tonight. I brought with me a lounge chair that fits right in here. It'd be a little cramped, but for a bushwhack camp, it's not bad. The campsite is what they call a primitive campsite. There's no electricity, no water. There's restrooms down the road a little bit, but it's just a primitive site, and I can't bring a trailer here. I asked, and they wouldn't let me bring my little teardrop, so I'm a little bushwhack camp inside my cab. I'm only spending one night, so it won't be too bad, and I plan to operate anyhow. All right, I'll check back later. Hello, everyone. Coming back for a little bit of afternoon recap. Talk about some of the things I'm doing today, some of the things that are happening today, and some of the things I'm trying to accomplish. Band conditions were not that good today. I was really going to make an effort to work on 6 and 10 meters to try to give techs an opportunity to work a threefer. However, for most of the day, or pretty much all the day, 6 meters and 10 meters and even 12 meters was dead. Very little, if any, activity that I could hear on top of this mountain. 15 meters was okay-ish. The main bands I'm working today are 17 and 20. Right now I'm on 20 meters. I don't know if it's better than 17, but this right now is where everybody is hanging out. I am making contacts. I've made somewhere really close to 80 now. So that way it's been a good day. DX-wise, not so much DX-wise. Was hoping to work into Europe. I think I got 1 or 2 stations into Europe. I got into Mexico. I got into the Caribbean. I got into Canada. I really like to work into Europe, but the band conditions here lately have not been conducive for that. So hopefully later on tonight I can drop down into 30 and 40 and maybe even 80 meters on FT8. I need one more band. That's me saving that QSO. I need one more band for my 10 bands for this park. Working on my N1CC award, which is 10 bands at 10 parks. And so I finished this one up, and I'll have 5 parks, which means I have 5 more to go. Kind of fun. All right, so what did I try to accomplish today? Well, I had a sked with a guy, and he wanted to make a 2-meter contact with the park. He was about 60 miles away. He had I think a 15 element 2-meter beam. I had one of those Arrow 4-element beams, and I set it up this morning, and on FT8 we were able to make that contact. I think he was about 60 miles away. That was really great. And so we got that done. I did put up a 6-meter J-pole, but again, the band conditions were bad, and my current antenna that I'm using will tune up to 6 meters. So probably what's going to happen is later on tonight when it cools off, I'm going to take the 2-meter antenna down and the 6-meter J-pole, put that up, and not have to worry about it in the heat of the day tomorrow. I'm going to work a late shift tonight, and then I'll be here tomorrow, and then probably tomorrow afternoon is when I'll pack up and go home. It's been hot today, quite hot. I'm in the back of my truck, and it's not too bad, but it is hot. I mean, it's mid-80s, maybe as high as 90 degrees, and that, I'm not really moving around a lot, so it's not that bothersome, but you can feel the heat. So what am I trying to accomplish today besides make contacts? Well, this is my iPad, and like I said earlier, I'm running that SDR control for ICOM app on here, and it's controlling the app, it's controlling the radio via the access point WAN network. This cable here is hooked up to my battery for to keep the iPad recharged. I've been running it all day since this morning, so that's pretty cool. And the app is really working pretty good. I'll probably write more about it on my blog, but it does have a couple little glitches. For some reason, when you're above like 15 meters, sometimes the app will just shut itself down, and then you have to go through a little process to get it running again. It doesn't take that long. It's just kind of bothersome. And then once or twice, the audio quit between the radio and the iPad, so I was not sending out any signal. But other than that, I've been really impressed with it. It works when it's working, and it's working most of the time. It's working really, really well. Like I said, you've just watched, I think, 3 contacts that this machine is just kind of doing by itself. I keep an eye on it, but it's going well. I like it. I'm going to keep it. So one of the things I was trying to do today is run all this stuff just off a battery, and that's what I'm doing. The iPad, the radio, and the fan are all running off of this battery. This is a Bioenno, I think it's called a BPP 160, and I think it's like around a 16 amp hour battery. But I also have, I'll show it to you in the next video, I have a 40 watt, excuse me a second, here let me, alright, I have a 40 watt solar panel that I laid on the top glass of my camper top, which is open, and so while I'm using the battery, I'm also charging it, and I really wanted to see how long all this would work. Like I said earlier, I'm in a campsite with no electricity, and so I wanted to operate my station totally on battery, and just to see how well it does. And so far, I still have 10 watts available, so I still have battery. I haven't turned around to look to see what the state of this is, just because it's kind of. Let's see if I can. I still got 4. Looks like I still got 4 out of 5 bars, and so the solar panel's doing its job. And I had bought a keypad and a mouse to bring with me, but using this just for FT8, I don't need it. I mean, I haven't used the mouse, and I haven't used the keyboard. I've just been either holding it here or having it in my lap and working it. So that's been good. The one thing I do need is another fan, because it's hot out today and the radio's getting hot running FT8 all day. I had it on 10 watts, and then I cranked it down to 5, and then I put the fan behind it to help keep it cool. So I need another USB fan, one for the fan and one for me. My antenna is working well. Like I said earlier, it's my 29.5 foot random wire with a 17 foot counterpoise hooked up to the ICOM AH705. It is a great tuner. It's much like the AH4, and for those of you that have experience with the AH4 will know what I'm talking about. It's designed to work these types of antennas. So that's it. I'll probably put all this together tonight in a video. I may make one more video to show you the antennas from the outside and how I have the solar panel hooked up. But everything's working as advertised. I'm just hot. And so I knew I was going to be hot, but it's, you know, I wanted to see how this setup would work, because what this means is I can now go to a wildlife management area or a wildlife conservation area, and I can work all day without power and not worry about it. Maybe tomorrow I'll get into some CW. I do have a new Bengali key I need to try out. I'm just going to see how the band conditions are. Another goal I have is I'd like to try to make 200 contacts this activation. I don't know if that's possible. I may make 100 the first day, but I don't know what tomorrow will bring. So that's one thing I'm kind of working on, is maybe trying to get 200 contacts. It's not imperative I do that. All right, well, I'll talk to you later. All right, just a quick video. That's my 6-meter J-pole and my 4-element 2-meter. It's on a buddy pole 18-foot mast. This is going to be upside down, but here's my solar panels. Like I said, they're just laying on the glass of my dirty camper top. And here's my antenna, and it just goes all the way up there. All right, I may turn this into a video, and those are my steps for getting up and down, because I'm an old guy. But I may turn this into a video and get this turned in tonight. But again, beautiful campsite, lovely. We hope we have some more. This is a group campsite. We're supposed to have some people come up tomorrow. So, all right. Whew, can't wait for that sun to go down. We'll talk to you later.